Joining me live from Warsaw, Poland is India Today's Gaurav Sawant. Gaurav is back on the front lines. He's just landed a couple of hours ago in Poland. He will be crossing the border into Ukraine very, very shortly. Live with me from Moscow this evening is Russian journalist from Sputnik News, Tatiana Kukhareva. Thank you very much to the both of you. Good to see you both. Gaurav, quickly coming to you first. The Ukrainian president, Gaurav, has sent out another message saying, I'm ready for talks with Putin without any kind of format, without any kind of, preconditions of any kind. You can choose the format. You've got Biden, who's landing in Warsaw, where you are right now, in just a couple of days from now. So many big, high-level superpower movements going on, but still so little, clarity on what the next steps are going to be, Gaurav.
Shiv, the world is clearly on edge because 27 days into these operations, Russian attacks are only intensifying, and the kind of weapons that Russia is using now is a very clear indication that Russia is going to move in, with its big weapons for the removal of President Zelensky. And his frustration, President Zelensky's frustration very clearly shows he's getting weapons from NATO, yes. He's getting financial support, yes. But how long? He's withstood the Russian assault for 27 days and counting. But for how long? Half his country is battered. There are millions of refugees where we are in Poland right now. More than 2 million Ukrainians have crossed over into Poland. And when US President Joe Biden arrives here and meets President Duda here, what's his big focus? His focus is not as much military hardware to Ukraine, which of course is coming almost every day. His big focus is, one, reassure Poland that Poland's interests are protected, that NATO countries stand together, and he is likely to visit a refugee camp here, interact with the people of Ukraine in that refugee camp, and reassure them that humanitarian assistance will come. But will humanitarian assistance and the Javelin missiles alone save Ukraine from Russia, given the fact that Russia now intends, from what we hear, intensifying its operations, remains the big question. President Zelensky's frustration, he's almost, in a way, now standing alone and isolated.
Standing alone and isolated, but the intensity of the actual military operation not going down even a little bit. Tatiana, what do you think about what President Zelensky of Ukraine has said? That, he's been saying this for the last few days, that, there has to be a face-to-face meeting between himself and the Russian president. Today he says he's ready for, talks in any format without any conditions between himself and Putin. Is that something you see happening in the current circumstances or in the foreseeable future?
Good day to you, Shiv, as well. Very happy to be on the broadcast. Well, we have to look at the facts here because, again, as a journalist, you know that there is a very big difference between something that is being said on national television and then you do realize that, to request a meeting, there are specific protocols, and that's not by addressing the Ukrainian nation on Ukrainian national TV. So I'm pretty sure that Vladimir Zelensky, although he is a very good, I listened to the broadcast, you're saying, your journalist is saying that he's not a comedian he once was. He's not a comedian, but he's a very good actor. And he has been perfecting that skill to an incredible level because every single person that is at least a little bit in touch with politics and knows how this functions knows that you don't request a meeting with another head of state by declaring something to your people. That is being done purely for that people. So he's talking to a specific audience. He's also talking to the West as well. He's portraying a very specific image. In the meantime, the situation hasn't changed really since day one. He was always alone in this. The only problem is that he was kind of making it seem like I'm very far from thinking that, that he didn't realize that that NATO and the US are not going to involve themselves in something that could potentially end up in the destruction of the world.
Right.
Meaning a nuclear conflict. So he was always alone in this. And the problem with the media coverage specifically of this whole conflict is the fact that somehow we're all buying so much into the narrative that President Zelensky is selling. And the fact that everybody's buying into it so much just proves my point. He's a very good actor. He's been so good at it. Whether he wants a meeting with President Putin for real or not, unfortunately, that's down to the fact whether he's respecting and whether he's demanding this or asking for this meeting more likely through the proper channels or not.
Okay, we don't know that yet.